Welcome back. Welcome to lesson 2 of the Five Voices mini-series. Before we get started, make sure that you've downloaded the workbook because you're going to need it for the reflections that are coming up at the end. And hopefully by now you've been able to take the quick test, or you might have completed the full voice assessment via the Giant platform. Really good idea for you to do that, and I shared the link with you in lesson 1. That should have given you a strong starting point for identifying your most natural leadership voice. In this lesson, we're going to bring the voices to life. I'm going to walk you through each of the 5 voices, what they sound like in action, and how to spot them in yourself and in others. So let's start with a reminder of the 5 voices. They are the nurturer, the creative, the guardian, the connector, and the pioneer. Each voice has a superpower, and each voice has a challenge and a blind spot. And each voice brings something essential to a healthy team. So let's begin. The nurturer voice. The nurturer is others focused, relational, and values harmony. They're usually the first to notice when somebody's struggling. They create safe spaces and always put people first. But they often hesitate to speak up for themselves. If you're a nurturer, you might feel invisible in fast-paced environments, but your emotional intelligence is your superpower. Your team needs it, even if they don't always know it. The creative. Creatives are the big picture thinkers, visionary, idealistic, deeply values driven. They see future problems and future solutions, but often people don't understand them right away. If you're a creative, you might feel misunderstood. You kind of speak in abstract ideas, and when people don't get it instantly, you tend to shut down. But your instincts can shape strategy and innovation if you feel safe to share. The guardian. Guardians are the detail people. They love process, systems, and doing things the right way. They ask the hard questions that others don't always want to hear. If you're a guardian, you might be accused of being negative or slowing things down. But in reality, you're just protecting the mission. Guardians prevent costly mistakes. You're the brakes on a runaway bus, and that's a good thing. The connector. Connectors bring energy, storytelling, and relationships. They love getting people excited about ideas and bringing networks together. They're often the emotional glue in a team. If you're a connector, you might feel frustrated when people get stuck in process. You just want to make it happen with people fast. But sometimes you overpromise. Learning to slow down and bring others with you will be key. The pioneer. The pioneers are strategic, results-driven leaders. They love big goals, bold moves, and they refuse to lose. They naturally lead from the front. If you're a pioneer, you probably find emotion-based decisions frustrating. You're all about what works, what wins, and what's efficient. But your challenge is empathy. Slowing down to really hear others can multiply your impact. So, which one of these voices sounded most like you? Which ones made you think of someone you work with? Take a moment now and pause the video, open your workbook, and jot down your reflections. Which one do you think your foundational voice is? Which voices do you relate to most, and which voices least? We'll explore more about this in the next lesson, but for now, just start noticing, where do I speak from and where do I stay silent? Remember, every voice matters. The goal is not to change who you are, it's to understand who you are and lead from that place with clarity and confidence. I'll see you in lesson 3.